Hey, Dr. Dotson. I hope you've had a good semester so far. Cheers to the end goal being in sight for both of us. My name is Madison Buford. I chose to research the community college systems in Georgia. Since I work for the University Systems of Georgia, I was excited to learn about the system that I work in, how it relates to community colleges and serves community colleges in Georgia. I was also super interested to learn more about how state colleges operate and are organized within the university system of Georgia, given the recent consolidation initiative that was passed for East Georgia State College and Georgia Southern University to consolidate. So, throughout the semester, I've honestly been a little confused on how community college systems are organized and fit into post secondary education because of all the different variations of community colleges there are. For example, I grew up in Statesboro, and I've always been familiar with East Georgia and Geechee Tech being the community college options in my community. But I also understood that the educational offerings were completely different between the two institutions. This project really helped me understand how community colleges are structured and organized, how they fit into the system of higher education, and how these systems work together to support students' success and completion. So I do work in the registrar's office, specifically in records and registration. And there are several things that stood out to me in terms of relevance to the content that I was researching, mostly geared towards the University System of Georgia. The Developmental Education Initiative of Core Requisite Support. USG uses learning support to support entry level student success. So, these learning support courses offer students that struggle in entry level courses, typically in English and math related courses, additional support. And the core requisite and learning support is very important for developmental education for students because typically these courses are prerequisites to other courses the student needs to take, so it prohibits them from academically progressing. The registrar's office also puts together the university's catalog and the course schedules. So I was familiar with core impacts of USG. Another topic that stood out to me in terms of my position was the collegiate education initiatives. The University System of Georgia policy 331 states that students completing any core curriculum course at one USG institution or through eCore programs will receive full credit for that course upon transferring to another USG institution. So I am familiar with that because we do process transfer work, make sure that it is reflected correctly on the student's academic record, and we also support eCore and e-programs to its entirety. So we build those courses out in our system and work with eCore so that everything's integrated. It's complex. I won't get into it. So long story short, I'm super familiar with like the transfer policy of USG and just having those pipelines of all these core courses students have to take for most degrees being able to transfer seamlessly through the institutions of Georgia. I do think this is super important because creating those transfer pipelines across the higher education systems of Georgia does benefit the student success, retention, and completion. So, overall, I've enjoyed learning about the university systems of Georgia more and technical college system of Georgia, and specifically how those two systems work together to support statewide transfer and completion initiatives. Overall, I gained insight that will help me better assist students that are transferring to Georgia Southern University from a USG or a TCSG institution, as well as help me better assist students that wish to leave Georgia Southern and transfer to one of those systems of Georgia. Happy finals week. Thank you for everything.